You wake up before the sun rises. The year is 1928. The sun is soft through your window. You put on your clean white shirt. Your tie is straight. Your shoes are polished until they shine. When you walk down the street, shopkeepers lift their hands in greeting. "Morning," they say. You nod with quiet pride. You are not a celebrity. You are not a politician. You are a banker. Inside the bank, everything feels solid. Ledgers are neat. Numbers are balanced. Deposits grow every week. Farmers, shop owners, factory workers, they all stand in line to hand you their savings. Not because you are powerful, but because you feel safe. A young couple hands you a small envelope. It contains money they've saved for years. "For our first house," they say. You smile gently. Your money is secure, you tell them, and you believe it. At this point, you are not greedy. You are proud. The bank represents order, structure, stability. The world makes sense. Then something small changes. A regular client asks to withdraw more cash than usual. He laughs nervously while signing the paper. "Just being cautious," he says. The next day, another customer asks strange questions about market rumors. You read the newspaper. The markets are falling. Factories slowing. Businesses are closing. In a single week, the stock market loses more value than the entire United States spent during the First World War. Fortunes evaporate overnight. Men who were millionaires on Monday are bankrupt by Friday. Thousands of investors, many of them are ordinary people who bought stocks on borrowed money and chasing the dream, find themselves owing more than they own. The executives hold meetings behind closed doors. They speak in calm voices. It's temporary, a correction, nothing to worry about. You repeat those words to customers. You repeat them to yourself, because if you, the banker, look afraid, the whole town will feel it. But the numbers begin to whisper something else. Deposits slow down, withdrawals increase, and then you discover something that was always true, but never felt dangerous before. The bank does not actually have all the money people deposited. It never did. It was built on trust, on movement, on the belief that not everyone would ask for their money at once, and the trust is starting to shake. Then one morning, you arrive at work, and the line outside the bank stretches down the street. People are not smiling. They are sweating, arguing, shouting. You unlock the doors, and fear rushes in. An elderly couple grips your counter. "We need our savings, all of it." A mother says, "My children haven't eaten." A business owner demands, "Give me my money, now." You want to help them, but you can't. Not because you don't care, but because the money isn't there. You hand out cash until the drawers grow thin. Your hands begin to shake. Outside, the line grows longer. You tell people to come back tomorrow. You know tomorrow will not fix this. By noon, the cash reserves are nearly gone. You close the doors early. Fists pound against windows. Someone calls you a thief. A brick hits the window, cracks it, but doesn't break through. Police arrives to handle the situation. That night, you don't sleep. You stare at the ceiling and realize something terrifying. Your job is no longer about numbers. It is about deciding who survives the day. The next morning, you begin making silent decisions. Who gets paid? Who is delayed? Who is turned away? You recognize faces. The man who needs insulin. The widow who has nowhere else to go. The businessman who knows powerful people. You can't pay everyone, so you choose. Every decision saves one person and dooms another. People stop seeing you as a neighbor. In the streets, the word spreads like wildfire. They call you thief, liar, criminal. You want to grab them by the collar and shout, "I didn't build this system." You didn't create risky investments. You didn't crash the market. You didn't steal their savings. But to them, you are the system. You wear the suit. You stand behind the counter. You said, "Your money is secure." So you become the face of their pain. Newspapers print headlines about bankers. Neighbors stop greeting you. Friends avoid your door. Children are pulled away when you walk by. Your identity begins to crumble. Then the final blow arrives. The bank announces salary cuts. Then it cuts staff. Then it closes. By the time it's over, nearly 9,000 American banks failed between 1930 and 1933. Billions in savings, wiped out overnight. No insurance, no safety net, no government backstop. Just gone. Your office is emptied in a single afternoon. Your savings disappear with the bank. Your title vanishes overnight. The suit you once wore proudly now feels like a costume from another life. Weeks later, in a cold morning in January, you stand in a soup line. The same line where some of your former clients stand. In front of you is the old man who once begged you for his savings. Behind you is a shopkeeper who used to tip his hat. No one says anything. You are no longer Sir. You are just another man waiting for a bowl of soup. And that is when the deepest truth hits you. Money was never the real currency. Trust was. When people trusted the banks, the system worked. When fear replaced trust, it collapsed faster than anyone imagined. Years pass. The world slowly rebuilds. New banks open. New rules are written. New promises are made. You grow older, quieter. You find work eventually. Something modest, something far from finance. When you think back, the guilt still lingers. Not because you stole, but because you promised certainty in a world that was never certain. You said, "Your money is secure." You believed it, but belief was not enough. So now I ask you, if you were behind that desk, with a line of desperate faces staring at you, and not enough money to save them all, who would you choose? The one who needs it the most? The one who came first? The one whose face you know? Or the one who knows powerful people? There is no right answer. There is only the weight of it. And could you carry that weight?